Hello, it's Justin Woodall with Woodall Realty Group at EXP, and today our spotlight agent is Ashley Noggle. So I'm here with Ashley. He's going to tell us a little bit about his story. So Ashley, just kind of tell us a little bit about your background, kind of what led you into getting into real estate.
Sure. Yeah. So I was actually in real estate in, I guess, 8, 9, and a little bit of 10, kind of as an intern with you and with another agent over at Caldwell Banker. And, graduated college. It just probably wasn't a good time to be an agent at that particular time. So went and did something else for a few years, and it just kind of had a calling. I felt like it was just something I wanted to do, wanted to try again. The market was in a much better spot. So got back in 17, and I've been back ever since. So working with you here and your team.
Yeah. And you worked with me kind of as you were graduating college, kind of on the tail end of that, and you were great help, and I knew you were great help. So when you called me in 2017 and said, hey, I'm thinking about getting back into real estate, I knew you'd be a great fit to come back on our team. So tell me kind of what aspects of real estate drew you back to real estate, and kind of what do you like about what you're doing now?
Yeah, I think one of the main aspects is just building wealth. I think one of the main reasons why I wanted to get back in was I was planning to transition my existing home into a rental home and kind of grow wealth through rental property. So I think that was one of the main reasons to get back in, was to just have my hand on the pulse of what the local market here was doing. And that's been good for me. I've got 2 rentals now. And then, I was in a customer service industry. Kind of my whole life I've been in a customer service industry. So I think it's just an industry where you kind of got to build relationships. You got to develop relationships. So it just kind of felt natural to me.
Yeah, and you've done great. Serving on our team as a role of a listing specialist. You've been great as far as advising clients and really getting down into the nitty gritty of the market and what it's doing and where it needs to be priced and what needs to happen to the home. So you've done a really good job. Of course, you shadowed me for a while on that, but you've done a great job taking care of our folks on that. Tell us kind of maybe give us an example or maybe tell a story of kind of your most memorable transaction, or one that just really stood out. Maybe it was a special occasion or a special unique transaction. Maybe it was just a really home run type transaction, or just something that just kind of stands out to you.
So I think I probably got 2 that I remember the most. One on the buy side and one on the sell side. And like you said, mostly I work with sellers, but so I'll start with them. I sold a mobile home a few years ago, and if you sell a mobile home, and all the intricacies that go into that, but it was probably a solid year, maybe a little bit more, of just working to get the title cleared up. Then the son passed away, so there was some estate processes that we had to go through, and then the heirs had to sign off. And it was just one thing after the other. The mobile home, they had actually put hardy plank siding around it, so it was just, so then you couldn't see the HUD plates and all the things that you need for a mobile home. It was like every time we got close, there was another obstacle, and every time we got closer, there was another obstacle. And so I think that one stuck with me the most on the sell side, because I think a lot of people probably just been like, this isn't worth it. Like, this is a headache. This lady can find somebody else. Mm-hmm. And she'd already moved, actually. She was in Florida. So a lot of it was falling on my plate to kind of get her to the table, get it closed for her. So, and we did. We sold it, and she was really happy. But that one I think stuck out the most on the sell side, just because it was just so in depth, and it was a lot of learning with mobile homes and estates and probates and all the things that go through with that.
It's interesting you say that. We had another agent say that the mobile home was his most memorable. and I think it's not that we don't do a whole lot of mobile homes. And I think if you kind of boil it down to what does that really mean? Well, it really means that price point is not that important, or not as important, but what really...
It's the service.
Yeah, it's the service, and then the challenge. Mm-hmm. I think everybody on our team is up for a good challenge, and if somebody else has a difficult time with it, well, I want to figure it out. I want to be able to know how to do it. So I think that's kind of a core theme of our team, is just, when something's challenging, give it to me. I want to take it.
Yeah. Well, I think for me it was that, and it was just the service aspect. Right. Knowing that she didn't know what she was doing. She didn't know how to get through this process, and she needed somebody to kind of do that for her.
And a lot of other agents wouldn't have the endurance.
Probably given up.
The time into doing that.
It was literally probably a full year.
Right.
And then probably on the buy side, I think just anytime you work with a first time home buyer. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I don't work with a lot of buyers, but just how first time home buyers are, with typically limited funds, and how challenging this market is, where you got a lot of cash offers, you got a lot of people coming in paying 20, 30, 40% down. It's difficult for someone that's only got 3%, or that needs a closing cost, or needs some type of help. You know, they've done a good job of saving money and doing that, but they just don't got $100 grand sitting in the bank.
Right.
And so anytime you work with some of those guys and just the energy that they give off at closing and how excited they are, it's just always a good feeling.
Yeah. Well, I think it kind of goes along the same premise of just giving them that service, and they really appreciate what you're bringing to the transaction because they really do need the help. So tell us maybe just one way that you're different from the average agent that's out there. What makes you unique?
Yeah. I think just kind of going back to the last two things, I mean, I think it's just like a drive and a determination. I mean, I think once I'm on the job, it's like I'm getting this done.
Yeah.
You know, and
you are very driven.
And I'm representing them to the best of my ability. You know, I don't want anybody to feel like I kind of got a service, or I paid him a check, but you know, he didn't really do anything, or he didn't answer my calls, or whatever. So I mean, I think if I'm committed to you, you're gonna get my all.
Really giving value.
Yeah, you're gonna get what you paid for.
Yeah, awesome. And yeah, we really appreciate that, and I know our clients do too. So lastly, if you could give one piece of advice to somebody that's looking to buy or sell real estate, kind of what are you seeing out there right now? What would be your advice to somebody?
So on the sell side, I guess I would say just really focus on the comps. I think a lot of people, because the market is inflating and going up so much, I think it's easy to say, well, my neighbor sold for X, I need to be X plus 25,000 or X plus 30,000. And sometimes that gets you in a pitfall because your neighbor sold there because it was priced right. When you add that extra amount, sometimes you hurt yourself in this market. And on the buy side, I think the flip side of that is make sure you're working with a realtor you can trust, you know, because you're going to have to really listen to exactly what they say on here's what it takes to win, here's what it takes to be competitive, here's the things you need to do to get in a house. And if you've got somebody that you just don't trust or your relationship isn't good with them, it's just going to be hard to follow that advice.
Right. No, I would agree. The expertise of the agent is more important than ever in this market. Even though the market's hot, you could be leaving money on the table or paying too much in this highly volatile market that we're in right now. So
yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, actually, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
And we hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you'd like to learn more about Athens in general, more about our agents, more tips on buying and selling real estate, subscribe to our channel. And we've got a new video coming out every week.